We start our newscast today over in Abu Dhabi, where President Lee Jae Myung is engaged in talks with his UAE counterpart Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. For details, I have my colleague Yoon Jung-min standing by live on the ground. Jung-min, welcome. So what has been shared about this summit meeting?
Sunny, so the talks between the two presidents are underway as we speak. It began with an official welcoming ceremony here at the UAE's Presidential Palace for the South Korean leader who's visiting the country for a state visit. President Lee Jae Myung was greeted by the UAE's President Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and a group of children. They also inspected an honor guard and gun salutes were fired. The leaders will be holding talks, which will be then followed by expanded talks and the signing of MOUs. Cooperation on AI, the defense industry, nuclear energy, and culture will top the summit agenda. The UAE is the only country in the Middle East to have established a special strategic partnership with Korea, and the region is deemed crucial for South Korea's exports of key items. Later, the leaders will have a luncheon. I should note that streets here are fully prepared to welcome the South Korean leader, having installed flags of the two countries side by side along the streets, around the Presidential Palace, and the airport. Some of the iconic places in Abu Dhabi, including ADNOC headquarters, were lit up in the colors of Korea's Taegukgi flag.
Right, a warm welcome indeed. Now, ahead of his talks with his UAE counterpart, I hear President Lee spoke to a local daily there, Jung-min. What was the gist of his message?
That's right, Sunny. So bolstering cooperation with the Arab nation was largely front and center. In an earlier interview with a local newspaper, Al Ittihad, the Korean president said the summit will lay the foundation for a new centennial phase in the relations between the two nations. He stressed cooperation on AI semiconductors, renewable energy, as well as small modular reactors, building upon the success of Baraka's construction and operation. South Korea also plans to establish a new Korean center in the UAE by 2030 for more active cultural exchange and trade between the two countries. Back to you, Sunny.
All right, Jung-min, thank you for the latest from Abu Dhabi, the first leg of the president's 10-day four-nation tour of the Middle East and Africa.